Now we'll talk about the process capability. Okay, we will talk about how to calculate the uh, uh, measurement system analysis as well. But let's talk about how is the process capability determined. Process capability for discrete data is different and process capability for continuous data is different. Okay, so that's why this discrete and continuous has to be very, very clear to all of you. We'll try to complete the discrete today and then we will resume with continuous tomorrow. Okay, so as you all know, discrete data is one which has number of employees, different business units, count, pass, fail, nominal, ordinal, and continuous. You all already know that, which can be infinitely looking at. So let's look at discrete data, the process capability. Before I get into the types of how to calculate process capability for discrete and continuous, what comes to your mind? What do you think the meaning of process capability here? Let's think about what is your understanding about process capability?
Whether the process is stable within certain limit of any specification or given specification.
Okay, so that's the right definition. Whether my process is capable enough to meet the customer requirement, and second, what is my current specification? What is my current process capability? Okay, we can try answering these two questions with the help of process capability. First, whether my process is good enough to calculate or to meet the customer specification, and what is my current process capability measurement. That is what we would be able to do it in the measure phase. In absence of the required process capability, in that case, we would look at the process design altogether. So we will talk about that also, that what to do in that case when our process capability is not good enough, which is not as per the standard. But first, we will talk about how to calculate the current process capability. Okay. So in case of a discrete sort of a data, we look at two measurements. One is defect and another is defective. Okay. Let's understand the difference between defect and defective here. Defect is something wherein for if you are using any one particular service or if you're using a one particular product, in that particular product, there is only one feature which is not particularly working. Okay, which is not very, very critical to me. I can still say it's a past product, but I can still complain that this is a defect as per my requirement. I still accept your product, but it is something which I would still call it a defect. So I would require certain, maybe a compensation or maybe certain discount. That is defective. Defective is that one particular parameter which I am aiming at, which is not meeting my requirement. If that is not there, then I would consider the entire product as defective. So for example, if my customer has asked me to produce 1,000 business units, 1,000 units, and I said these 1,000 units needs to have 90% quality and 10 days turnaround time. For me, quality is more important than anything else. Okay, they delivered within 5 days instead of 10 days. They delivered it quickly, but the quality which they gave me is 80% or maybe not meeting my requirement. Then in that case, me as a customer will say it's a defective. I will not buy it. I will not accept it. I would consider it as a defective. But on the other hand, if they would have given me 100% quality and taken 15 days, I would not call it as a defective. I would call it as a defect. Okay. So defective is when the entire product goes for a toss. It's a fatal thing for me. I will not accept it. Defect is there is one particular feature or a characteristic which is not meeting my requirement, but I would still accept it saying it's a defect. So that's what the difference of defect and defective is. Any question between defect and defective? Okay, so it's very simple. I think we have understood it. Now we will talk about some of the process capability measures, which is DPU, DPO, and DPM. DPU stands for defects per unit. DPO stands for defects per opportunity, and DPMO stands for defects per million opportunity. Okay, with the help of these three terminologies, I would be able to look at that what is my current process capability, and then I'll be able to calculate the sigma level as well. Okay, so the formula for defects per unit is very simple: defects divided by total number of units. So if I take an example here, my total number of defects is 100 and my total opportunity is 500. Okay, so out of 500 there are 100 defects. So how to calculate DPO? Very simple. It is defects divided by opportunity. So my DPO is equal to 0.2. Okay. Now if I want to calculate DPU here, which is defects per unit. So let's look at the definition of the formula for defects per, we have calculated DPU here, right? So defects per unit, because these are the number of units. So out of 500 units that I produced, I found 100 defects. So this is DPU, 0. But if I want to calculate DPO, defects per opportunity, the formula that I have, defects per opportunity is equal to defects divided by total number of opportunities. Okay, and where total opportunity is equal to total number of units into opportunities. Okay, so let's discuss that. So let's say I have 10 defects and opportunities that I have is 5. Total opportunity would be 10 multiplied by 5, because there are 10 defects and there are 5 opportunities. So 5 transactions I'm monitoring. Okay, in every of the transaction there are 10 defects. So my total opportunity becomes 50.
Okay. So we wanted the units into opportunities rather than defect into opportunities, the total opportunity. If there are 10 units and each unit has got 5 opportunities, then the total number of opportunities would be 50.
Okay, yes, that's correct. It is units here, and let's consider the defect S. Okay, so I have 5 defects, okay, and I have 10 units, and each unit have 5 opportunities, which means there are 50 parameters on which I am measuring that how many defects that I have. Here in this example, I didn't have any opportunity. It was very, very simple. 100 units, 100 defects, 500 units. So calculating DPU was very, very simple, which is defects divided by units. But here I have opportunities also. Okay. So total opportunity is equal to 10 multiplied by 5, which is 50. So here if I want to calculate DPU, I will divide 5 into total opportunities. Here my DPU would be 0.1.
That will be your DPO.
So the difference between here is that I didn't have any sort of opportunities here. It is only pass fail. My customer is very, very demanding, says that out of 500, if all of them are good to go, I will take it. Here, every unit that we have has certain opportunities. Okay, there are certain things that the customer looks at. Okay, wherein there are 5. So total opportunities becomes total unit into opportunities 50. So my DPU is 0.2 and my DPO is 0.1 here. So this is where I can see that in total units that I have, what is my current DPU rate and what is my current DPO rate. Okay, so we'll talk about tomorrow in detail that how to calculate the process sigma level with the help of DPU and what is and with the help of DPO in the tomorrow class.